always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. So I come, Lord, I come, I come, Lord, I come to tell you I love you, to tell you I need you, to tell you there's no better place for me than in your arms, to tell you I'm sorry for running in circles, for placing my focus on the waves, not on your face. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace. So I come, Lord, I come, I come, Lord, I come to tell you I love you, to tell you I need you, to tell you there's no better place for me than in your arms, to tell you I'm sorry for running in circles, for placing my focus on the waves, not on your face. You're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace in the storm. In the storm. I'm so forgetful, but you always remind me you're the only one who brings me peace. You're the only one who brings me peace.
Good morning, Rooted Men. This is Tim Morton, Area Director for the Fellowship of Christian Athletes in Southeast Michigan, live from Rochester Hills today. It's howling out there, so please be careful if you're venturing out. Excited to be here with you, honored to be here with you as we continue this journey talking about the 5 essential practices of hero making. And this is very relatable to the E3 framework that we've gone through together. And the second session that we're entering into today is about permission giving. And the big idea with permission giving is the practice of permission giving is a shift from seeing what God can do through my own leadership to seeing what God can do through other leaders. You see, discipleship is about giving the ministry away. And the main why is, there's people all around us that are waiting for someone like us to see something in them that they don't think is there. As a coach for almost 30 years, the way to instill confidence in an athlete was to paint a picture for them of who you think they could be. The word potential means there's something in them that needs to come out. And as a coach, as a guide, your responsibility is to bring that out of them and create a confidence in them to be that vision that you see them being. And for those that are struggling to find hope today, it's that for them. To the ones that you see are at the top of their game in terms of being equipped on being a disciple maker, doesn't matter. It comes down to this question: are you, or how can I affirm those I'm discipling and give them permission to go far beyond what they think is not possible? How can we do that? Because many don't see themselves as worthy. Many don't see themselves as ready. The ones that I talk to that I'm in a discipleship relationship to, they're listening to the voice of the evil one. I'm not worthy. If you really knew me and knew my past, they're worried about that. We're going to get into the what keeps us from permission giving, as a disciple maker. I want to go to our why, and this is Jesus in giving his authority to us, to me and you. In Matthew 4:19, he says, "Follow me, and I will make you fish for people," or fishers of men. Follow me. He didn't say, follow me and watch what God can do through my own leadership. What he meant was, follow me because God's going to work through some other leaders than me. And that's you. In John 20:21, Jesus says to his disciples, "Peace be with you. As the Father has sent me, I send you." So what keeps us from doing this? I know I've fallen into this trap myself. Really, the root of it is pride. Fear of rejection. The question could come up: am I secure enough in God, in my own identity, to face what it will feel like if others are following someone else? Are you going to be okay if someone's not following you anymore? You're not being rejected. You're giving the ministry away. It's what Jesus called us to do. It's not about us. It's about him. It's about multiplication. Or it could be a fear of loss of control. Do I trust God enough to hand over the lead to another person that I think may not be as ready as I am? You might think, well, I want to get them to a certain point before I launch. It's what you're thinking. When in the reality is that everyone can be a hero maker, disciple maker, exactly where they are right now. But what it takes is someone to give them permission to do it. There's two things. Number one, are you leading with a yes for those that are under your care? In other words, if you're leading someone in a discipleship relationship that has something upon their heart, a passion, a pathway that God is leading him into, maybe a calling, are you giving them permission to pursue that? Are you saying yes to that big dream? The other thing is, do you see in them, are you affirming them so that they have the confidence to step forward in that? this phrase, this statement, I see in you this. I see in you that. Because they may not even be seeing it. You see it, so you make them aware of it, and you give them permission to pursue it. Part of my story, I wouldn't even be on this broadcast today if it wasn't for someone that said to me, Tim, I see in you the potential to be a leader for FCA in Southeast Michigan. That person was Marty Allward. I was a teacher at Avondale High School, knew about FCA, was thinking about starting my own sports ministry that related to basketball training and spiritual training, was working my plan, thought that's what I should be pursuing. And then Marty Allward, as an administrator in our district, comes to me and says, I see this in you. And it's I'm not going to go into the long story of how this came about, but it's a total God thing. And it wouldn't have happened unless someone gave me permission to pursue another pathway that I know now is where God wants me to be. And then also, I've been able to be this for others. There's a young man that I'm mentoring that is a basketball trainer. And because of his past, he doesn't see himself as a hero maker, discipleship maker, or disciple maker. But in our time together, as we continue to talk about the things of God and what the true gospel message is and how we should be sharing it and how our story is our truth of how God has worked in our life, how Jesus has transformed us, his story is incredible. So I'm encouraging him to share his story, to practice his story, because it's going to impact others. So I'm leading him to a place where I can say yes. I'm leading him to a place where I can say, I see in you a hero maker, a disciple maker, with the gifts and abilities that God has given you and where he has placed you. Rooted men, I challenge you to select someone that you can approach with this I see in you affirmation. Every hero maker needs a coach or a guide cheering them on. Like the master coach, Jesus cheers us on. I pray this has been a blessing to you. I pray you're inspired by it. I pray you're challenged by it. I pray you're moved to action by it. We'll see you in a couple of weeks when we discuss discipleship multiplication. And God bless you. Merry Christmas to you, and be safe.